What is up, family? And welcome to the first episode of ATCW Live for 2024. I am your host, the golden tongue of ATCW, Evan Wade, and here to my right, as always, the Swiss Army knife, Dennis Williams. What's going on, Dennis?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Awesome to be here, Evan. As awesome as 2023 was, 2024 is going to be even better. You know, moving ahead here, we've got so much in store. I can't wait for it. I can't wait.
I'm pretty excited for it, too. Glad to put 2023 behind us in the history books, and I'm ready to start the journey that will be 2024 here in ATCW. So it turns out that we've got a show coming up on January 20th.
Hold on. I've been thinking about something during the off season.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I don't think that ATCW just puts on shows. I mean, anybody can put on a show. You take two guys that think they can wrestle at least, and they put them in a ring. That's a show. ATCW puts on events. Like, think back to Anarchy. You know, that was an event. Like, we're not going to forget that, you know. And that's what we do here, folks. We do events. We don't just do shows, things that you enjoy in the time moment and you just forget about it later. We do events, things you're going to remember. And we have an event coming up January 20th.
What? I think your point was made there when you mentioned Anarchy. Good Lord. Well, I will correct myself then. On January 20th, we have an event coming up here in Carneysville, West Virginia at the Leetown Community Center. That's right, New Year's Revolution coming to you live. And it's going to be fun, man. We've got one heck of a match card. It is loaded, stacked to the top. It is insane what the star power is for this card. So now that we've finished 2023, we have completed a revolution around the sun. Well, let's talk about New Year's Revolution here in 2024. Dennis, we are so privileged to talk about the first contest in 2024. It is going to be AK versus El Lucha King, Felipe Jr. And man, am I excited for this one, Dennis. Management here in ATCW is making sure that we're going to get the money's worth and that AK is going to earn his pay here with Felipe Jr. Dennis, your thoughts on this one?
That's a funny point, yeah. AK is going to have his hands full here with Felipe Jr. You know, he's a luchador, man. And luchadors are it's a unique style that is very hard to prepare for because you just never know which way it's going to come, right? And I think that this is going to be an incredible clash of styles here. Because AK, you know, he's fast, he's quick, he can do some crazy stuff, right? And of course, if you guys are familiar with Felipe at all, yeah, he does all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean,
that he does.
That guy's going to be all over the place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it, calling it. So I think we got an awesome contest here, and I do hope this opens the show, and this is the first contest 2024 because I think it's going to be dynamite.
I absolutely agree. Felipe is a decorated cruiserweight of about 6 years or so. He's trained in multiple countries, including the U.S. and Mexico. Was trained by the Wild Samoans and Rey Bucanero down in Mexico City. So he has got some experience that he is ready to unload here on AK. Now, AK, as we know here in ATCW, stands for a lot of things. And, you know, proverbially speaking, could be all-knowing, could be absolute killer. Dennis, I think we're going to find out on January 20th just what AK really stands for.
Yeah, I do too. And we've been seeing it. It's building. And a huge level was added onto that with his victory over Tomahawk back in November. So, yeah, you're 100% right. And it's going to keep coming. And I think this is the logical next step for that.
Yes, sir. Next up, the ATCW Tag Team Championships are on the line when, well, I guess they're TCW's Nation of Violence now, takes on the newcomers here in ATCW, the Stompers. Dennis, your thoughts on this one?
TCW can freaking have them. I'm so disgusted. I had been disgusted with these guys, you know, because, you know, big Radical Stars fan and all.
Yeah.
And then they stab us in the back. They turn on us, whatever you want to call it. But they have to defend those championships. So I have to tolerate watching them. So I think this is going to be a very interesting contest because these guys are big, they're strong, they're mean, nasty, and all that. But the Stompers are a very interesting duo. They are experts, and I mean freaking experts at tag team maneuvers. Like, they double team better than anybody I've ever seen. And that's going to be an interesting factor because, the Nation of Violence, we've seen them try to play the numbers game, bringing in Rex Savage sometimes and all that. So here we have a situation where they might be at the other end of the numbers game due to all this great tandem offense this tag team can do. That's my thoughts there.
Wow, that's an interesting fact. I did catch a couple highlight videos of the Stompers on Facebook.
Yeah.
Check them out. I think they're called Stompers Inc. on Facebook if you want to check out some highlight videos. Very awesome tag team wrestling. Tandem offense is something I really look forward to in tag team wrestling because that's the name of the game.
You're going to get your money's worth, sir.
There you go. So the Nation of Violence, 2-time tag team champions here in ATCW, and I can guarantee you, Dennis, that they are not looking to have their second reign shortened by any means necessary. And I think you pointed it out very well. I'm extremely interested to see how this match works because we've had the big powerhouses of the Nation of Violence go on against the Radical Stars over the last couple of months in 2023. Now we've got a fresh team that, they might be familiar with, but I don't think they've cut their teeth with here in the ring. That tandem offense might throw them off. There's this air of mystery up in the air as well with the Stompers, and I'm excited to see, is it going to be the high-flying game? Is it going to be a speed game that they try to capitalize on with the Nation of Violence?
Might keep it on the mat. Who knows?
There you go. It's going to be an interesting dynamic in this matchup, and I'm really excited for this tag team contest that we're going to have. So Richie Blanco and Rob Blade, good luck when you go to capture the ATCW Tag Team Championships from the Nation of Violence. They will put up a fight, bros. I can guarantee it. Well, Dennis, speaking of the Nation of Violence...
While we're on the topic...
Yeah, man. So we've got the Big Rig Rex Savage going one-on-one with someone he's definitely got some history with, one half of the Radical Stars, L.A. Star. Dennis, your thoughts on this one?
Go L.A.
Woo!
No, I'm obviously I'm on his side, but interesting thoughts overall is with Rex Savage. So he came up short in a championship opportunity.
That he did.
He can't let that get him down. It happens. It happens to everybody. It's happened to the best.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to bounce back, and here's his chance to start climbing back up to get another opportunity. I'm telling you, this guy's going to hold a title here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
He might have to start this journey all over again, but he is going to win a title here at some point. And then LA Star, Heart, Passion, former Open Challenge champion when that was a thing back in the day. Glad those days are over. He really is he's going to give it his all, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So, Rex Savage can't take this lightly because he's already made that mistake once.
Mm-hmm.
So now he knows. And you're stepping in there with one of the best, man. I mean, LA Star, like I said, Open Challenge champion, heavyweight champion over in the National Wrestling League. Yeah, Rex is going to have his hands full.
Absolutely. LA, no stranger to Savage. They've had all kinds of history last year. You can check it out on YouTube, down here on Facebook as well, for that history recap. I think we're going to have an interesting dynamic here in this match as well because LA's very decorated. Like you said, he's had multiple championships here in ATCW and other companies as well, while Rex Savage is still, I think, in my opinion at least, trying to realize his full potential here in ATCW. He's learning, he's cutting his teeth, and he's in the groove, and he's taking notes, man. You can see, I don't know if you've ever caught him after a match in the back, but you can see that he's just analyzing everything that he's done over and over in the matches.
Yeah.
Trying to make light of anything that he needs to correct.
It's like, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking back to,
the clothesline, yeah. Rest in peace.
He set a bar so high for himself there,
Yeah.
And now he's got to live up to it.
I agree.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. You mentioned that he kind of had a little mishap there at the end of November Rain facing Axel Crow for the King of the 304 Championship. I'm hoping he can overcome that, just like you had mentioned as well. And, man, what better way to prove yourself in ATCW here than by beating someone as gilded as LA Star. It's going to be a great match, and I'm super excited for it. And I might be a little concerned for LA's well-being because you know that big rig will run just about anybody over.
That's true.
Folks, January 20th, you're going to want to be there. My pretty face, his pretty face, yeah, we'll be on the mic, whatever. But you're going to want to see this match because ain't nothing pretty about that. Next up, folks, the leader of the Carnival of Souls puts his King of the 304 Championship on the line against the man monster from TCW, Tiberius Asante. Dennis, the ATCW war is continuing here in this matchup, and might be a little biased in saying, but I'm pulling for Axel on this one.
Yeah, I am too. I don't want to see any more gold on TCW guys' waist and all that, but I'm just excited to see Axel Crow. You know, officially the 2023 Breakout Star of the Year, officially the 2023 Male Wrestler of the Year.
There it is.
You know, this dude is a freaking just phenomenon, and it's been an honor to sit through all of his matches so far, and I'm happy to get the opportunity to do it once again. And what better way to go this time than, what you call him, the man monster?
The man monster.
The man monster, Tiberius Asante. There's a little history here of him.
Yeah. There was a match originally last year. This is actually a rematch of that match. And if I remember correctly, Dennis, I think you were the official for that matchup.
I was.
Look at me. I know things. A rivalry reignited in the aftermath of Axel Crow's defense against Rex Savage at November Rain last year. Tiberius Asante making the big splash and kind of assaulting our champion at the end of the night. But fortunately for Axel, he was able to recover, and he's quite used to being beaten down, wouldn't you say, Dennis?
Yeah, I mean, I always hate having to talk about this, but it's worth mentioning every time, right? You know, Axel, with his background of abuse from his parents, you know, he's got a survivor mentality. You know, a lot of his defenses were survival. You know, he survived getting his shoulder injured. He survived getting run over by the big rig. You know, and that's kind of just the guy's general mindset. It's a shame that he had to develop this in this way, but unfortunately, you know, this is the way it's happened. He's been able to capitalize on it and turn it into something good, though. Mm-hmm. That's the amazing part about it. But yeah, you're right. You know, he's used to, for lack of better terms, getting beat on by a bigger guy.
Mm-hmm. So Asante is looking to claim a new kingdom as King of the 304 champion, but Axel Crow has made a career of overcoming obstacles and reaching new heights, Dennis.
And it started there.
It did.
You know, that was one of the things that impressed me about Axel Crow, because when he first showed up, I was like, oh, a guy that wears clown paint, yay. But, you know, you got to prove yourself in the business, and he did that. And that was where it started for me, because I was like, holy crap, I didn't think he was going to beat Asante that time. I really didn't. I mean, I checked the boots and pads, and I'm looking almost eye to eye with Axel Crow, and then I walk over here, and I'm looking like this, right? You know, and he overcame that, and it's just been, you know, the roller coaster that we've been privileged to see.
It made it sound like you were kind of walking through the forest looking up at the trees, and all of a sudden you see Tiberius Asante just smiling down at you, getting ready to pound some Axel Crow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And that should strike some terror into your heart.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we will see on January 20th if Axel Crow can continue his dominant reign as King of the 304 champion, or if we will crown a new man monster king. What a privilege it is to announce this next matchup here, Dennis. The ATCW Cruiserweight Championship is on the line when the fresh champion, one half of the Radical Stars, Willie Radical, goes one-on-one with TCW's Robbie Wayne. Dennis, your thoughts on this one? I think I know who your pick is.
Obviously. But my overall thoughts on this is a good challenge for Willie Radical. You know, we've seen Robbie Wayne come up short. I've kind of liked that. Stepping into this, though, you know, this is not something that Willie can take lightly, and he doesn't, he won't, but he can't, because think of what we have seen out of Robbie Wayne. Yes, he came up short here, he came up short there, but think back to that freaking gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
He grinded out for 30 minutes.
Yep.
and was still hard to put down. So that kind of like Iron Man kind of vibe, that's hard to overcome because you have to outlast that.
Right.
Think about that. If this guy can go 30, I've got to go 32. And that's going to be like one of the biggest deciding factors here is if Willie can outlast that.
Well, Willie is no stranger to resiliency, and I'm really excited, to see if he can do just that.
Yep.
Robbie Wayne has his eyes set on a new title here in ATCW, tried for the heavyweight championship, came up short just like you mentioned, tried for the golden ticket, and didn't quite get there either, but he was runner-up, if I remember correctly. Yep. And Robbie Wayne wants to avenge the loss from Hunter Cole on November Rain, back in November.
We'll get the revenge.
I'm actually really excited to see Willie Radical in singles action again because it's something that we don't get to experience very often because, of course, he is one half of the Radical Stars with his cousin, #cousin, LA Star. I expect this match, Dennis. I expect this match to steal the show.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm banking it. Write it down in history. Mark your calendars. Whatever you need to do. Etch it in stone. I'm calling it. This match steals the show.
No pressure, fellas.
No, not at all. Both of these dudes are athletic. Both of these guys are very innovative. And like you said, both of these guys are very conditioned and able to go a very long time. We're going to see who can last the longest. And personally, I think Robbie Wayne at this point is kind of looking for a miracle. But unfortunately for him, Christmas has already passed.
Wow. The golden tongue.
Stop it. Now, Robbie Wayne versus Willie Radical for the ATCW Cruiserweight Championship, January 20th. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about a sensational matchup. You like that? You like that? The ATCW Heavyweight Championship is on the line when the Dominican stick of dynamite, Ishman Martinez, goes one-on-one with the second-generation sensation, the ATCW Heavyweight Champion, Brian Hardy, folks.
Dude, remember I said I wanted to see this?
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding, man. I really actually did want to see this match. Didn't think it was going to get it. So basically, I don't want to diminish the impact here because this is for the heavyweight championship. Obviously, that is the prize that we're fighting for, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we're getting the battle of the hair. It's actually going to friggin' happen. Now, how cool is that?
It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm digging that.
I'm so excited for this match.
Yeah, I am too. Now, let's get back to being on the serious side of this. This is for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship, prestigious championship. A lot of guys want it. A few guys are going to have it. Ishman, man, this is a turning point for him.
That it is.
This is a new year, revolution, and all that. 2023, his tag team got decimated. He feuded with that partner. I got you. He feuded with that partner. They had a war. They even got to tap each other a little bit in the Rumble.
Good Lord, did they?
Now, both men are going their own way, stepping out to their singles careers. And, Evan, there's no debating it now. This is the biggest opportunity of Ishman Martinez's career.
100%. Agreed.
Biggest opportunity. This is the one he's got to capitalize on. He's stepping out on his own into a new year, into a new stage of his career, and what better way to do it than capturing the heavyweight championship?
Yes, sir. Brian Hardy is going to be a huge challenge for Ishman Martinez, not to be taken lightly.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I'm excited for this one, folks. We've seen Brian Hardy go up against a powerhouse and a strength user like Grizzly O. Mm-hmm. We've seen him wrestle a technician in Ethan Cross. And we've seen him go up against people like, I'm drawing a blank now. The Gauntlet, Robbie Wayne in the Gauntlet. We've seen him fight with a rival promotion for his company that he is defending. Yep. Now we get to see how Brian Hardy handles a bull in a china shop. Because when Ishman Martinez gets in that ring, the intensity level goes to like 12. And the decibels that we get to hear coming out of his mouth with those screams, man. I'm glad I'm wearing a headset at times because it offers a little bit of protection from those screams. I can't imagine, and I'm sure you've been in there when it's happened, but I can't imagine what that sounds like up close and personal.
It just rings in your whole freaking head. And I remember the first time I worked with them, doing one of their matches, I had no idea that was coming. At all. But you're right about the intensity. You're right about all that stuff, though. And there's only one more analogy or example I can give you, for this one. It's kind of when it goes back to when I was a kid. One of the biggest matches in my childhood was Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Because you wanted both guys to win so bad. You were a fan of both. And that's what we've got right here on January 20th. A clash like that.
Oh, yeah. Two honorable competitors will compete for the richest prize here in ATCW, the ATCW Heavyweight Championship, and they're going to do it with dignity, folks. That's right. Will Brian Hardy have a sensational night, or will the Dominican stick of dynamite, Ishman Martinez, be screaming all the way home with a new ATCW Heavyweight Championship around his waist? The final contest we get to talk about for ATCW New Year's Revolution on January 20th, an 8-man tag team match. TCW taking on ATCW. 4 from TCW, 4 from ATCW. The best of the best going at it for bragging rights. We have got KG Red, the Grim Squad, and JJ Valentine for TCW. And we've got Jimmy Alpha, Matt Wild, and 2 members of the House of Cross, Travis Tarvin and Ethan Cross, teaming up. Dennis, you look excited.
Oh, man, I love tag team wrestling.
I do.
This is 4-on-4 tag team warfare, dude. Why aren't you excited?
I am excited, but apparently not as much as you are.
Obviously not. You got to step up here, okay? Guys, 4-on-4 tag team war, them against us. Sorry. Let me catch my breath. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, folks, you know for a fact that Jimmy Alpha is looking for revenge on TCW for all of the hoopla at the end of November Rain, the disappearance of the golden ticket. It's gone, and Jimmy is still looking for it to this day. He is red hot angry about it, and he
called me up
fight.
the other day asking if I'd seen it, and I wish I had, but I haven't.
Unfortunately, I haven't either. As we know here in ATCW, in order to punch your ticket for your title opportunity, you have to physically have it in your hands.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Jimmy does not. So what are you going to do if you've got a title shot with no means of achieving said title shot? You're going to find the nearest thing that's the reason that you're not getting it, and you're going to pound the crap out of it with some fists. And if we know Jimmy Alpha, going to be some educated feet as well.
Yeah, definitely some kicks in there as well. That's what I would do. I'd go after the guys that are responsible and find out what the heck happened. And this is how Jimmy does it. Starts right here.
There you go. During the aftermath of November Rain also, while they were trying to take our ring and our arena away from us, a bunch of people came out from the ATCW locker room to defend our honor and our dignity. One of those men was Matt Wild.
Yeah.
And you know that he doesn't take a beat down easily.
No, Matt Wild, that guy really likes ATCW a lot. He loves coming here. He told me that the last time I talked to him because I hadn't seen him in a while. I told him it's good to see him. He said, I love coming here. And he's going to fight for this place, especially when those that are fighting against us fight against him and gave him some licks. Yeah, he definitely wants those back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely bleeding green at this point. Now, Dennis, let's talk about maybe the most interesting fact here. 2 members of the House of Cross, Ethan Cross and Travis Tarvin, teaming up and uniting with our ATCW competitors for this matchup.
It's forgive me for being a little sentimental here, but it's a beautiful thing to see the unity here within ATCW, between the ATCW guys, between the House of Cross guys, coming together to fight off this threat to all of us. It's not just to one or the other. It's all of us, dude. Man, it's just so awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So actually, I got a couple questions here, Dennis.
All right, go ahead.
So earlier this week, KG Red posted up a promo saying that it would be his in-ring debut, but he would not be willing to do that for a bunch of inbreds, I believe is the word he used here in West Virginia.
So original.
Yeah, so he took a page out of Chucky Manson's book, and it says he made a phone call. And later on, toward the end of that video, it appears that that phone call was made to Lucius Suede of TCW.
Oh.
And I'm curious, what exactly does that mean for us? Did he call him to take his place in the match? Did he call him to, I don't know, maybe make some more hoopla, maybe interfere, get them the victory somehow? We don't know. Dennis, what do you think?
Who knows? I mean, we didn't know what Chucky was calling about a while back. I never could have guessed what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to bother to hazard a guess here. And in a way, I don't care. Because our guys are there. They're united. It's not going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter, at least.
Fair point. Fair point. And with the ATCW family backing us, we're not going down.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how hostile it was.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of November Rain. I mean, the crowd was chanting. We were chanting. You know, it was pretty vicious, and I loved it. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're stepping into.
Yep.
But anyway, what's your next question?
It's fire. Well, my next question actually is you'd mentioned it before about Chucky Manson's call. Is Jonathan Cross going to play a factor here?
Yeah, that's the wild card.
Yeah, because it's no longer 2023.
Right.
2024 is a new year, and the ban, from what I understand, has been lifted.
Yeah, ban's lifted. Two of his guys are in the match. You know, he is, in his own way, very passionate about ATCW. So, you know, it's a wild card because if he does show up, you got to wonder if we're going to see any Jonathan Cross shenanigans. That's something the TCW guys have no idea about whatsoever, is Jonathan Cross shenanigans. And we dang well better get him here. You know, I'm actually kind of hoping it happens because, you know, after all the crap they've done to us and all that, you know, just, I would love to see it happen. I can't believe I just said that, but it's true.
Yeah, I'm not dreaming. He said it.
Yeah, I said it. But yeah, so Jonathan Cross shenanigans are due here, and you know the TCW guys wouldn't even know. You know, Jonathan Cross, not all of his ideas have worked, but the ones that have are pretty freaking brilliant. So that's a wild card here that I hope I get to be able to play come January 20th rather.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one, folks, and I'm sure you guys are too. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah,
January 20th.
Hell of an event.
Sorry, an event. He caught me again. Hell of an event. I'm going to have to write that 16 times in a row or something. Event. It's going to be crazy. It's going to have a lot of matches, a lot of great matches with a lot of great talent, a lot of great wrestlers, a lot of great people, including yourselves. Please do not miss this show. It's going to be so good to see you guys back in the ATCW studio. And I'm sorry, not the arena, not the studio. I don't think you all could fit in here.
Yeah.
I can't say any more about it.
Tripping over your own tongue.
Yeah, the golden one. It's getting bigger. Hard to manage, but we'll make do. Dennis, I can't say any more to build up this event. And folks, just be there. Just be there. Get your tickets early. Send Dennis a message. Tell him you're going to be there. Put your comments down here below who you think is going to win the TCW-ATCW war at the end of the night, and who you think is going to win the Battle of the Hair when it gets in the ring. Will we crown a new ATCW heavyweight champion? We will find out January 20th. Bell time, 7 o'clock. Doors at 6:30. Carneysville, West Virginia, Leetown Community Center. Dennis, we're signing off, brother. We'll see you guys soon.
There.